Greetings, and welcome to Earthling Cinema. I am your host, Garyx Wormuloid. This week's artifact is Star Wars: The Last Jedi, written and directed by legendary basketball human Magic Johnson. The film continues the classic saga of light versus dark, shirts versus skins. But this time, the space Nazis have GPS.
They've tracked us through light speed.
Rather than evacuate their ship and ram the enemy at light speed, the good guys mount a disorganized attack that outs Leia as a powerful Jedi. I mean, it's not like her force powers could have come in handy back there. Meanwhile, Rey brings Luke a housewarming gift and asks if he's getting their Christmas cards. He tells her there's no I in Jedi.
I will never train another generation of Jedi.
But when Rey tells him there is, along with Jed, he begins her training, which includes spooky funhouses and tickling.
I feel something.
While Leia takes a nap, the good guys promote Holdo, the one character we know nothing about other than her hair is made of cotton candy. Poe thinks that her brain is made out of it too, and sends the diversity hires to the casino planet. Not that I've been there. Today, in the last hour, I have to go. Luke gets accused of misconduct by a former student named Kylo, so Rey heads out for a little will they, won't they, murder each other. Luke adds arson to his list of attempted crimes just as some fan service tells him to clean himself up and get a real job. Rey tries to sneak into Kylo's room, but they run into his annoying stepdad who only wears a robe.
Welcome.
After some excruciating small talk, Kylo cuts through the tension and they play some DDR. He asks her to go steady. When she tells him no way, San Jose, he tries everything to win her back, including negging.
You come from nothing. You're nothing.
But she is Spy Kids 3D game over him. Out of Diesel, Holdo has everyone hit the lifeboats, and in a shocking Schindler's twist, we learn Holdo is one of those suicide jihadists, buying the rebellion enough time to get to Hoth Jr. But the First Order comes faster than a Yaj Nubula on its wedding night. Zing! Ready to actually affect the plot, Finn decides to suicide himself too. But just before he can claim his 70 virgins in heaven, he gets kissed by a rose on the grave of the rebellion. Fortunately, Luke arrives with his trademark haircut and dice, and challenges Kylo to a game of limbo, while the entire First Order just sits back and watches like they're getting paid by the hour. The good guys escape out the fire exit, and in one final magic act, Luke reveals he was just a robe the whole time. The Last Jedi fueled a holy war over the soul of the Star Wars franchise, costing nerds some of the only friendships they had. Created in the 70s by Boy George, the series amassed legions of fans over the course of the original trilogy and its strangely lower-budget sequels. But when Disney bought the series and decanonized the extended universe of comics, video games, novels, and lunchboxes, fans had to recontextualize what parts of Star Wars were gone and which were actually based on a true story. In many ways, The Last Jedi was a tipping point, separating the geeky die-hard Star Wars fans from the geeky die-hard Star Wars fans. Fittingly, one of the film's major ideas is the tendency to place false expectations on heroes, but not inside of them. The legend of Luke Skywalker leads Rey, as well as the audience, to expect Luke to immediately retake the mantle of savior and find out someone is his dad. Instead, he rejects it for much of the film like a pro. In most movies, Finn and Rose's plan to hack the tracking device on Snoke's ship would aid the rebels' escape, or at least be enjoyable to watch.
They didn't make it.
And Rey, who the series suggested was born of someone significant, was actually the child of degenerate nobodies.
They were nobody.
They're filthy junk traders who sold you off for drinking money.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say we were related. But I do. Similarly, the film veers off the typical good vibes narrative where heroes get promoted in a company meeting, instead focusing on their failures.
You're demoted.
While the rebels take down a goddamn dreadnought,
We took down a dreadnought.
At what cost?
the mission significantly depletes their already meager forces of non-white characters. Kylo, still pissed that he ruined his beautiful face, fails to impress Snoke.
Bested by a girl who had never held a lightsaber. You failed!
Even the revered legacy of the Jedi is tarnished by failure.
The legacy of the Jedi is failure.
On one hand, these departures from expected storylines signify a willingness to subvert the myths that moviegoers may have tired of, and at the same time, paid billions of dollars to see more of.
Let the past die. Kill it.
Western films experienced a similar upheaval when the typical hero rides into town, meets a girl, fights the bad guy, rides off with the girl into the sunset on a dog yarn got old. But perhaps, like all those comets that hit Earth, the shift was inevitable and welcomed. Philosopher Gilles Deleuze postulated that the return of difference was a driving force in the mechanics of the world, which is to say that when we experience repetition, it's change that plays on repeat. Translated to Star Wars, this means that we'll see familiar heroes, foes, and fish people, but they'll be different. Luke becomes Rey, Vader translates to Kylo, Yoda becomes Maz, a legally blind bar owner. Even the returning heroes are altered. Luke looks like an extra on The Revenant, and Leia got a makeover.
I changed my hair.
Plus, she can f***ing fly. But when the codes we've grown accustomed to are changed, we get dissonance, not to mention locked out of our computer. This may be amusing, like when Luke milks an alien, or infuriating, like when Luke milks an alien. Whether positive or negative, we are, as Deleuze puts it, shocked to thought, forced to reconcile our expectations with the reality of what we've seen. And Star Wars fans did, by starting a non-violent conversation online that was mostly death threats. For Earthling Cinema, I'm Garyx Wormuloid. Got milk?
Hey guys, Garyx's intern Emily here. Garyx just finalized another divorce, freeing him up to make a bunch of new episodes. But here's the catch. He needs you to vote on what he should cover next since, quote, it'll make them feel like they have a choice even though I'm gonna do whatever I want. Don't repeat that, by the way. To cast your vote, punch Garyx in the face here, or click the link in the description below.